On World News tonight this Tuesday, sport utility vehicles, the hottest things on the road. Is the best way to make them less dangerous to others to make them smaller or make everything else bigger?
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Good evening. Tonight we begin at the crossroads of physics and safety and government responsibility. In Washington today, the government is grappling with what to do about the threat that sport utility vehicles represent to lesser vehicles in accidents. It's an obvious concern now. Sport utility vehicles have become the latest driver's passion, and because they are bigger and heavier, they have the potential to do unusual damage. Here's ABC's John Cochran first.
The government is having difficulty coming to grips with the danger from sport utility vehicles, partly because they make the people in them feel safer.
I feel like I have more automobile around me.
So what to do about evidence that SUVs are dangerous to smaller passenger cars? One suggestion is that the government require SUVs be made lighter and less destructive, but that would also mean less protection for those inside. And a lot of Americans like their SUVs just as they are, big.
It's roomy. I feel safe in the car.
The authors of a government report say that instead of making SUVs lighter, you can accomplish the same thing by making passenger cars heavier, better able to withstand the impact. And Detroit would rather do that than downsize the profitable SUVs.
If the government is to do anything at all, it should allow manufacturers to let the cars get larger and not force downsizing of sport utility vehicles.
But environmentalists and the Clinton administration want smaller, fuel-efficient cars, not bigger ones.
We don't want to go back to the Land Cruisers and the gas guzzlers of the 1960s that weighed 5,000 pounds.
So if it is environmentally incorrect to make heavier cars, and if it is unfair to SUV buyers to make them lighter, what's the solution? Mercedes has come up with one, lowering its SUV bumpers so they are below window height of cars. Mercedes and others have also worked on making front ends more flexible, less rigid, so they are less deadly to others.
That's all well and good, but SUV dealers don't seem to mind horror stories. As one dealer said, there's nothing better for sales than a fresh story about a monster SUV crushing a defenseless car. John Cochran, ABC News, Washington.